Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Stacy Lee, host of Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. I have my mega sage stick out today, and I have Brandon on here because him and I were bored, basically, and just wanted
yours
to
is bigger than mine.
Talk. Yeah,
yours
mine. This is half. This is half of it. This is only half. Like I've burned half of it already.
That's what she said.
Mine is bigger.
Yes, yours is. I mean, look, I'm like rocking all the little guys. You're killing me. I'm just.
Yeah. Well, you're not compensating, should we say then?
I guess not.
You know, guys with the big trucks, they always compensate for things.
Yeah, they called me kickstand in high school. I don't know
why. You know what they say with the guys with the long beards, right? I don't know. I just made that up. So
they tell people they shall not pass.
They shall not pass. So yeah, like I was sitting here, I did some readings, virtual readings tonight, and then had some time, and you had mentioned, like, you asked me, are you going live tonight? I'm like, no, I got readings. And then I was done, and I'm like, I saw your post, and I'm like, let's just go live together. Let's just do it and have a chat and talk about things. And if there's some things that you want to talk about, and you did put on here, you can support your page by sending stars and digital gifts to earn money on the Veterans Voice of Radio.
Yeah,
I didn't. Davis.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to pop up. I don't like asking for money. I hate that stupid ask for money crap.
Mine sometimes pops up, but it hasn't been lately. Because once you become professional page, like it just
trust me,
Facebook
I know.
does it for you. Facebook does it for you. So, I actually thought about you today.
What?
I was in Gettysburg, and I have a client in Gettysburg because I live not far from there. So, and I had a child support hearing that I had to get on virtually. So I'm at the outlets in Gettysburg doing the child support hearing, and then I had to go over and get, because I was discharging a client, so I went over and get a little gift from the chocolate store. And I'm walking and I can't find the chocolate store. I'm like, well, I'm so lost. And then all of a sudden I turn and I look, and here's this gnome in the window. And I was like, why am I thinking of Brandon? Like a gnome, and it's so cute.
That's great.
I know.
I will be wearing my gnome hat at Gettysburg.
Okay. So I was just gonna say, you need like a hat, a gnome hat, because
I'll have several. Because I am
anybody has ever met you in person, like you really do emulate the essence of a gnome.
Yes. You can't get much more earthbound than gnome.
You cannot. It's part of the elemental of elementals of the earth, part of the fey realm, so to speak, but more of the earth elementals.
Yes,
is what they are. Mm-hmm.
And
where fey is air,
right? Because Tommy knockers are gnomes too. So
Jenny says, "Love you, Stacy Lee." I guess I don't know if what she's doing tonight. Are you home, Jenny? I don't know if she's home or not yet. She was at the battleship this weekend. You didn't get to go
Oh,
to the battleship, did you?
no, I was gonna go up there and hang out with Marilyn and Mike, but you know where it's located, it's super touristy and hotels are really expensive, and it's just not worth a local to drive up there and go.
Yeah, because you're in. How far are you from there? You're not far, are you?
7 hours, maybe.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
right. You're up in the mountains in North Carolina,
I,
aren't
I,
you? Or South Carolina?
yeah, I'm 100% dead in the fact I'm in the mountains. Yeah, I'm
You're
one of
you're
them.
you're, you're deep in the Appalachians.
I'm one of them 100% real Appalachian hillbillies,
Mm-hmm.
and I do mean
He is.
hillbilly as a term of endearment because
Yes.
that's what it meant. It started out. The Irish would call their friends billies, and that was their word for friend. And then their friends lived in the hills, so they were the hill friends.
So yes, and do you know that uh, a bluegrass actually has its roots in Irish
Yeah.
pub music?
Mhm.
Like that's where it came from. So yeah, so we have the Irish to thank,
Yes.
which I am. I'm Cherokee and Irish.
Same here.
So I know that's why we
Yeah,
get along.
exactly.
Um, and that's where like
Moonshine from. Thank you, Ireland.
yes, that's where we all it's the drinkers. We're the drinkers,
Yeah.
you know. It's an Irish. Well, that's what they like to plug us as, actually. Like we really aren't.
Oh, I used to be. I used to fit the Irish bill.
But there was a stigma attached
Mhm.
to the Irish
Yep.
where they were the drunks, and for a while, in the early 1900s, there were signs on businesses that um, Irish need not apply. Do not
Yeah. No
like
Irish allowed. Nope. It was no
no Irish
coloreds, no
allowed.
Irish.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
were definitely because
What
it
I'm not freaking out and I'm not tweaking, by the way. I'm trying to get my necklaces undone. It looked like I needed another hit of meth there for a second.
I know. I'm like, what's going on over
My
there,
necklaces
dude?
got twisted and it choked me. Normally I like that.
I think Jenny's our only viewer right now, but that's okay. People
That's
can watch
okay.
this later. That's okay.
We are chit chatting.
We are chit chatting.
But
So
yeah,
I know you have something you want to talk about. Do you want to get that out of the way, or do you want to?
I do.
Okay.
And maybe we can tag them in it so they see it or something. But
I will. Yes.
So I try to be straight across the board when I deal with paranormal people. If you haven't done anything to me, then we're fine. I generally don't listen to all of other people getting in my head, except for this one time I did this. And so this is why I asked Stacy if she was going to go live, because when you mess up, you apologize and you do it live so people can see it. You don't do back doors, because I posted something because somebody got in my head. Now, there's no excuse. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away, and I had 6 other people die. I was in a weird headspace, so I was out of character. But Paranormal Rock Down, I owe you an apology, and from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for saying some weird stuff or whatever about listening to somebody else. I've heard nothing but good things about you guys, and keep it up. I heard you got Green Jelly coming in as a headliner. My God, that's my childhood. Paranormal and rock and roll is a great combination. You guys keep on doing what you're doing. I do apologize for jumping to any type of conclusion and making any defamatory or unlike statement. So, from the bottom of my heart, Paranormal Rock Down and all involved with it, I do apologize. So, thank you. Thank you, Stacey, for letting me get that out. Because, when you mess up, it's so much easier just to, hey, I messed up.
It is. And it's so healing for everyone to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Like I've messed up multiple times. And then, we let our own, I guess, personal things get in the way, and our own thoughts, and when things are going on and we mess up. I don't know the story here that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the post you're talking about, but
You won't. You won't.
um,
It was so minuscule so long ago, but it was very pointed and very quick.
okay.
Um, and I'm not going to bring up the post. If people want to go back and look, it was a while back. It was last year. You can find
Okay.
it if you want. But I didn't. I'm just not going to bring. If I could find it and delete it, I would. I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't see the need to bring any, any more drama to it. But you're more
No,
than
we don't
welcome.
need to.
But anybody can go see it. It's still up there. But it was still wrong of me. So, hey, Lee Warner, she loves your last name, Lee.
I know. I saw that. Thank you. I know you don't find many people that spell it Lee, Leigh. And Lee, how many times have people called you Lay or Leah or something, and they can't
Did it when
pronounce it?
I did it when the first time I ever saw her. I think she used to watch. Pretty sure you used to watch Shaman Sundays. The first time she came on, I think it was Lay. I was saying Lay. Yeah, but I think I did it with you the first time I saw your name.
I think you did too. People do it all the time with me, all the time. They think it's Lay, but it's actually Lee. It's Lee, and we just spell it special because we're unique and special.
I like that. Well, thank you, and thank you, Lee. I gotta do what I gotta do. I have a. Yep, that's right. Thank you, and by the way, thank you for sticking with me. Lord, you've been tuning into my stuff for years, so I want to say thank you so much for following me. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I miss. You don't do Shaman Sunday anymore, do you?
Nope.
Why not?
Here's the real reason. I mean, okay, it's time consuming. Every Sunday for 3 years, I only missed 2 days. Whatever, that's fine. Plus, I produced my own show. I booked my own guests. I did all that. And so that was time consuming. But when I first started podcasting, Paranormal Podcast, I had if I ever interview this one person, I'm done. That's it, right?
Okay.
I interviewed that person. So I was done.
Who was that one person? Are you willing to share? Oh my goodness. Seriously, I want to get him on my show so bad.
He is such a nice guy. We were at the Kansas City Metacon a couple years ago, and I was there with Supernatural Ink. Well, we gave him one of our ink boxes. Well, because hey, here's a funny side note. KD had mailed him a spirit box when KD first started making spirit boxes. Never heard anything back. Well, KD's he told him the story when he came over to our booth, because he just walked over because he knew I was filming it, and he goes, "I heard you wanted to interview me." I'm 100%.
Yeah.
He just sat down, started talking. Well, anyway, he calls his wife. They find the original ink box that KD had sent in his hallway in a box. So he ends up, because somebody wanted to buy an ink box. So he brought that one back that we gave him back over. He signed the back of it. KD signed the back of it. And this dude got an ink box with 2 freaking signatures.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So he did tell me one thing. If you want to get him on your show, you got to bug him because he forgets a lot.
Well, I have friends that are friends with him, and I'm trying to get them to bug him. But I know he's got a lot of events and stuff like that. So I've met him a couple times, had conversation. I met him at the Bash. I met him at Para Unity, and super nice guy, just really cool. Bought one of his books. He's just so intelligent.
Yep.
So yeah, trying to get him on.
And if you'll watch the interview, because it was live at Metacon, this is probably 3 years into it. I got no nerves doing nothing, right? I start shaking when he sits down. You have to watch. I'm tripping. Tripping over my words and everything.
I was like that. I had Daryl Marston on a few weeks ago, and it was a special episode, and he agreed. I'm like, what? He agreed? I was like, I literally was so, I don't think I tripped over my words. I have to go back and look at the episode, but.
Oh, I did. It was bad.
Beforehand, I was like, I'm going to vomit.
Daryl's such a good dude. He and I had booths side by side at Hell House. And
Okay.
so,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So, I mean, he and I were just chatting back and forth whenever I was actually at my
He's
booth.
so down to earth.
Yeah,
Like,
cool dude.
I
First
don't
time
know
I'd met him,
why
I
I
think.
was so intimidated. I really was. I was so intimidated. And then I have coming up, I have his at the end of May, I have his partners on, Trey and Jeff, and I think it's Jeff. Oh, I hope I didn't mess that up. Um, that run My Haunted Manor. You need to get out here to Columbia to My Haunted Manor. It's really close to my house. You have a place to stay. If you need to go check that out, but My Haunted Manor, what Daryl's
Oh,
doing with
when?
that here. They
How about we
do.
talk? We can talk offline when we get details. We can put it out. But I mean, if it's not, it's what are you 9 hours from me?
Yeah,
Easy.
probably
So
about 9 hours. Yeah.
that's nothing. Because I know when I went to go stayed for Hell House with Larissa and them, it was like a 10-hour drive.
I'm an hour and 40 minutes from Hell House, or 2 hours. So I'm 2 hours less than Hell House.
Oh, so you're 7 hour drive. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I'll come
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. It's not
I would
bad.
love to because I hadn't seen Daryl since Hell House Paracon 2 years ago.
Yeah. And I know they do about once a month, they do a public investigation. And they do stuff. But I was talking to him about doing something there. Myself trying to figure out some way to like incorporate some things. And so I don't know if that's going to pan out. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. But yeah, let's figure that out.
I mean, really the only announced Paracon that I'm going to be at is Gettysburg.
The
So,
Gettysburg Bash in
yeah,
July.
I will be at the Gettysburg Bash in July. But I have two Paracons that I will not be announcing because I'm going to go show up and surprise some people because I
Hmm.
got a little payback because they helped me out at my Paracon and they're going to have their first Paracon. One of them's going to have their first, so I'm going to drive and I'm going to support them in
Would that be in
Wisconsin.
Maine? Oh,
It'd be in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I'm like, are you coming to Maine
Why would I go to Maine?
for the one of my sponsors that was just on there?
I don't like see I look, I'm down here below the Mason Dixon line. I
Mhm.
don't get paranormal information from up there.
Okay.
I don't know why. I got some friends up there, but like if you got stuff going on up there, we go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on.
that's you. Like
Oh, you gotta check out Snarly Yow's stuff. This is more cryptid. But he has actually this was last weekend. Was for last week's podcast.
okay.
But he has Rats and Reapers that he's doing in August 23rd. He's doing Rats and Reapers. So it is car show, hearse, vendor
Oh,
show,
I
stuff
like
like
all
that.
that.
And that's in West Virginia.
Look, I'm in West
Um,
Virginia. West, no. West by God, Virginia. You have to say it right. Or my buddy
yes.
Jessica would get me. But Lord, I'll be in West Virginia I guess I need to plug this too. And if it's not far, I may have to go there. But August 23rd, I'll be at Lake Shawnee.
Oh, is that Lake Shawnee that weekend? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same weekend as the Rats
Yeah.
and Reapers.
Yeah.
So this is the Paracon I'm talking about, Maine Paranormal and Horror Con in September
Who's
6th and 7th.
who does Maine Paranormal? Who are those guys? Do I know them?
That is Jeff and Ashley. Jeff from Jeff's Traveling Boards. He's the Ouija board
I
guy.
met him. Okay, yeah.
Yes, he is
Okay.
the Ouija board guy. So, Patty you know what? Johnny Zaffis is going to be there. I know Johnny Zaffis is doing the event. So it's going to be. It's turning out to be a pretty cool event.
I'm you know
So
that's why I'm not. And I just saw Lee's response. Woot woot. Hope it's in Wisconsin. Don't you dare tell them boys out there that I'm coming.
we are live, so they might find out.
If you're with Wisconsin Caps, do not watch. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna keep the other one a secret.
Are you coming to
Because
Perry Unity? Or
no.
not Perry Unity, Penhurst?
No.
Okay.
But I will be up your way
In May
Mm-mm.
or in June?
At some point. I'm not
June.
even. See, I'm not telling you when.
June 21st.
I'm not telling you when because you just reminded me we're live.
Yep. I guarantee I know where you're coming.
But I will tell
This
you.
is the thing. Brandon shows up when like the weirdest thing. Oh, here's Jeff. We were just
Speak of the devil. And look, hey, James Brady.
Yes.
Look, hey, buddy.
And then James, how you doing?
Yeah, we were just talking about your con there, Jeff. I think.
You think? Is that the Wisconsin con?
No. Okay.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Okay. Jeff, we were just talking about your main paranormal and horror con, and I was trying to get the shaman here, the gnome, to come.
I'll tell you, I'm just gonna be honest. The real holdback for me is we're trying to kill our debt. We're so close to getting out of our debt, and
the feeling
like we're just and I can't afford those long drives. Well, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can. Let's just be honest. I can, but I can't. You know.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I can't. Like
Yeah,
I can't.
like no.
Like I'm at the point where it is rough. It is, I've spent 2 years promoting my business, did really well the first year. Things went downhill the second year.
Yep.
Spent a lot of money on cons last year and hotels and travel, and it ate us alive. So we have a lot of debt right now.
And my thing is, I'm not talent. I'm not a pull. So I'm not gonna get my travel and my hotel paid like some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Or like somebody that makes $5,000 to show up at a con. I don't.
Oh, I know.
I don't get that.
This is my first year where I have a couple cons that I'm doing that I'm getting a free table and a hotel room.
It's
not
great
getting
when you
paid
can get it
to go,
Mm-mm.
but that I feel very honored. But that's where that grateful thing comes in. I feel very weird, and
I told you. I
feel very guilty about that.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah. I know. I don't. I just had literally. Oh, I can't.
I'll tell you the biggest expense I have because gas isn't that bad is hotel rooms. Like if I know somebody that's close and I can park in your yard and camp in my car,
yeah.
Or if you got a couch or something, that's when I can get up there. With the Hell House, they let me stay at their house. I mean, I was a paid guest, but I was like, this is all I'm gonna charge. Give me gas money. And they got me a hotel. And then I'm like, wait, no, take that hotel money and put it back into the pot. I'm gonna stay on their couch. Give me $100 for food for the weekend.
Or make me food.
Or vendor food's fine.
Yeah.
Larissa, she's 100%. I think she's straight off the boat Italian. So if you stay with her, you're gonna eat.
She is straight off the boat Italian.
Yes. She cooked every night. Well, not every night because we had an after party one night, but amazing. Just
don't take her. Hold on. What was it? We were at Jim Thorpe. We went and had dinner with them. And there's this one restaurant. She goes there and she gets this thing. I forget what it was. Brie. Baked brie.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't you touch her cheese.
You can't touch it. No, you can't touch her cheese.
And I have a funny video. I have a very funny video of it was us. It was Para. It was her team, Para, and then me and Jessica Lynch. And we all went to Lake Shawnee to kind of before they started doing the Shawnee, just to check it out and see. So I got a video. We went out to a Mexican place beforehand. And I've never seen it take so damn long for a woman to order Mexican and how many actual questions she had to ask this waiter. So I started videoing it.
I can
right?
see that.
Yeah,
I
and
love
I'm like,
Larissa. I
the
love
whole
her to
time.
death. Yes.
So I will share that video publicly.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I know you shared the public video of her with the chickens
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and the rooster, and that's how she ended up getting her dog from Shauna. And she's not even here to defend herself, but that's how she ended up getting her dog from Shauna. And that dog is now named Rooster. Did you?
Full circle. I knew it was going to
Yeah.
happen.
Big circle. Big full
Yeah,
circle.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the
That is
chicken is
amazing.
her freaking spirit animal.
Yes, I would agree with that. You know what? Oh wait, Gwen, are you still watching? That is so weird because I just had a session tonight. We were talking about spirit animals, and the chicken came up, and we were talking about chicken as a spirit guide. And yeah, that was pretty. That's so weird. There's that. I was, that shamanistic way, like the natural earth can bring us messages and healing, and that's how we incorporate.
100%.
Like we are part of that natural earth, and that's how we can learn about ourselves and learn how to work in our life. So,
Well, I think I'm going to come out with a new shirt, but if anybody wants it, it's free. But I'm going to put the veil lifts inward. It doesn't lift outward. The veil lifts inward.
it
And
does.
nobody. I finally figured out the simple way to say it the other day. The veil lifts inward. It's done.
It does.
Mhm.
I've never figured out a way to actually say that. Like
Mhm.
it's not. Everybody thinks that it's this outward experience, and we're looking, but it is. It's like because when I work with the chakras and I work in those lines of energy, like the third eye, the mind's eye, all of that. It is very inward. That's how I get my messages. It's inward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, it is, it's true. No, that's when in case you get in a car wreck. That's what your mama would tell you. Put you on some, don't you have no, Lord, don't you have no racetracks in them pants, boy?
I'm going to tell you that has been. We must be built from the same bone, but that has been ingrained in me my entire life. I always am like, gotta have clean underwear. Gotta clean underwear. I literally, this is an embarrassing story, but I have panic disorder. Okay, so I get panic attacks. I have PTSD, non-veteran PTSD.
No.
And I get panic attacks.
Hang on, let me pause you right there. I hate it when people freaking make a differentiation. PTSD is PTSD, whether you got in combat or what. Your trauma is your trauma, my trauma is my trauma, no matter how we got it. I mean, to be honest,
it is a lot different. Yeah.
I mean, it's different.
But it's not.
It's different the way that we incurred it. It is not different in the way that we emotionally and spiritually feel it.
Yes, you're absolutely right on that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get these panic attacks. So I woke up like 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and I'm waking up and my heart is pounding. I can hear it in my ears. You ever heart pound where you can hear it in your ears?
Oh yeah.
And my heart is pounding and I can't breathe. And I haven't had a panic attack in a very long time. I went through a lot of therapy and a lot of stuff to kind of learn how to handle them. This came on very sudden in my sleep. And I thought that it felt different than the other ones. I was ready to have a heart attack. I was like, okay, this is it.
Yep.
I'm almost 50. I don't take care of myself. I'm having a heart attack. I'm freaking out. Do you want the first thing I went and did?
Had a cigarette.
No, I put on clean underwear.
Okay, priorities. I get it. We see where our priorities are.
I'm getting my daughter, and I'm like,
yeah, okay,
Audrey, call the ambulance, because literally we had the ambulance come and everything. It did turn out I had RSV, which was causing some heart palpitations, and then the heart palpitations caused me to have a panic attack. So that's where it all came from. But I'm literally thinking I'm having a heart attack, and I go in and I get my underwear.
Oh, look who just came in.
Yes. So they may have missed what you said.
So I think I'm glad to see Paranormal Rockdown. The whole reason why I asked Lee or Stacy, God, see when y'all two are in there, I get y'all mixed up. Stacy Lee, Stacy. I'm on Warner. Anyway, I owe Paranormal Rockdown and all of its people a heartfelt apology. I did this earlier, but now that you're here, I'd like to make sure that you see this. Uh, I'm pretty sure you know why the apology is coming out. I did kind of probably jump to a judgment after about you guys after hearing something from somebody else, which I never do. This is no excuse. I'd lost my grandmother and I was going through a lot. And I was in a weird head and I never judge people that haven't done anything to me. And I said that little snippet on your page. And I am 100% wrong with what I did. I've heard nothing but good things about you guys. And I really can't sleep at night without letting you guys know that I 100% apologize for anything that I did that I was 100% in the wrong. You guys are doing a great job. I heard you got headliners Green Jelly and rocking it out. And Green Jelly is my freaking childhood. You guys are doing something awesome, putting rock and paranormal together. I mean, I was a tour drummer for 20 years. I mean, I get it. I love rock. I love paranormal. Great idea. You guys are doing really good. So
I know
I apologize.
there's not a lot of people that have done that. Brought the
like I would have
paranormal
never.
together.
I never
Who would have thought
about
of that?
No, it's freaking amazing. So yeah,
Hold on, my battery on my computer is dying because this was not planned tonight. So
no, it really wasn't. It was on my heart. I had to get rid of this crap.
yeah, well, I felt called. Like you had messaged me and asked if I was going to live tonight because sometimes I go live on Tuesdays.
Yep.
And I was like, no, I'm not. And then I saw your post and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go live. We're gonna do this. Like this is it was meant to be. It was called for. So,
I think so, and I'm really glad that they popped in so I could say that live to
I'm glad
whoever
too. I
is
was hoping
behind Paranormal Rockdown. So thank you.
Yes.
Pop it in. I know that was probably really unexpected.
I love the idea of music. And they said, appreciate that. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
No hard feelings.
Go. Thank you.
That makes you feel better?
Yeah. I mean, when you do something wrong and if it doesn't eat at your damn soul, you need to look inward because it was eating at me. It's been eating me since. And I'm like, I got to get it out. So awesome. Thank you. That makes me feel good. I'm almost crying because that released a lot of stress that I put on myself. Okay.
And it does. And I think that's let's talk about the idea of apologies in general and what they and taking accountability. Like that's hard to do for all of us is to apologize. Like, why do you think it's so hard for people? Like, I understand this is something that's been on your mind and
I'm sensitive shaman.
There you go. You're very sensitive.
Okay,
but no, I'm gonna dispute that right there because that is society. Oh, now I'm getting angry. There's anger in here. That is society that has told you were sensitive because you just cried and had feelings.
Oh,
society and that is what society has done for definitely men more than women, but it is women as well.
Oh yeah, 100.
You can't cry, you can't show your emotion, and if you are, you're sensitive.
Well, and plus I was upper echelon Marine Corps, so that's even worse.
But, man!
But you know what? It takes people like me because I talk about it on my veteran show, and there's more people out there that are talking about men's mental health and how it's okay to like get this shit out. And I saw somebody a second ago. Yeah, Lee said stop the 22, the flag behind me. I'm going to touch on that for a second. So 22 a day was a number that was come out several years ago from the VA. And it was estimated that 22 veterans a day were killing themselves. And a lot, I'm going to say a lot of those deaths actually happened in the VA parking lot after they saw a mental health professional. Now, that number has jumped and it's more like 50 plus a day now. The number's not gone down. Now, only 30% of eligible veterans are even part of the VA. So we don't even know what that number really is.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the military, there's your cross section of America. This is why I harp on look at the military, because if this is what's happening in the cross section of hardened military trained, I don't care if you're a man or woman, you're going to get hard in that military training.
Mhm.
You know, it's just, you got to let it go. You got to, I lost my
Mhm.
train of thought. I do that sometimes.
We're talking about the cross section of the military.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's happening?
Cross-section.
What's happening in the civilian world out there? But
Well,
let's
I
just
can
take,
tell you because I work in that field.
right. Yeah.
And I work with adolescents and youth, and let me just tell you, it shocks me. I mean, just recently in our small little community, I live in a small rural-ish town. Like it's not suburbia, but it's like in between the two.
Yeah.
We have a graveyard, and we had a teen go over there and shoot himself in the graveyard. So, and that was just recent in the past couple of months. But when I'm doing my research, because I do a lot of research, I'm a social worker. And when I did my research, I focused on adolescent suicide, and it shocked me to see the ages. And the number one cause of death for ages 10 to 15
Correct.
is suicide. Non-accidental.
Right.
Is suicide.
And here's the thing. Here's another stat. Now let's go. Who's calling me? Oh God. Sorry, Lee Brown. If you're watching, can I call you back? Sorry, we're in the middle of writing a book.
Yes.
Damn it.
Are you writing a book?
It's my second book.
I want to write a book.
My first one is in edit right now, and it's called Feel the Vibration. And I talk about frequencies and healings and what they do. And I actually put scientific data to back up everything that I'm saying.
Because there is scientists with vibration and vibrational healing.
Yep. So right now it's at 140 pages. We're going to edit it down a little bit.
Okay.
Because I get kind of repetitive, but I didn't want it to sound like a freaking textbook. But and then the book we're writing now is about a jinn in Iraq that attacked me. It's almost done. It's almost done. It's coming out.
That would be cool.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But ADHD.
Anyway.
Back.
Yep. Okay.
We were talking about squirrels. I know that's my spirit animal.
Can't help it. Even
you know that, right?
Even if I'm talking super important and like a bell goes off, I'm like, okay. Anyway, sorry. Back to that.
I know. Squirrel's my spirit animal, so I get it. One of my spirit animals, but yeah.
Mine's the possum. Well, the flat animal that lives on the highway. That's my spirit animal.
So Christina said, did he just say gin? Gin, yes. I don't think that's how you spell it, but he doesn't mean gin like the drink.
I don't know. I have seen it spelled like that, but no, I don't drink. I don't drink anymore.
I've seen it spelled with a J, but yeah, I guess it would.
I mean, there's so many. It's just very translation. Very. If you meant the alcohol, no. If you meant the fire on the head, not
the genie,
not Aladdin's genie.
Yes, not the genies that you see on TV, and not. Oh no, wait, that's Bewitched. Oh no,
that would be a witch. Yeah.
No, that's what was her name?
Well, who's the
Bewitched is this? This one. This is the genie that does this.
That's I Dream of Jeannie.
I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, she does like this, and she goes, yeah.
And then she, I can't wiggle my nose, but she did the wiggle nose.
I can wiggle my mouth. Barbara Eden. Yes,
that's
Barbara
it.
Eden.
Thank you.
So, but yes, amazing.
Yeah.
Most people don't talk about gins. And see,
Well,
yeah.
we've also got a just real quick since I started this.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fine.
We're
We're
gonna
going
do
with it. We just flow.
yeah we're working on a show right now that is going to feature a retired VA psychiatrist or mental health professional that has dealt with gin attachments on veterans. So
Mm.
now we've got people in the VA coming out talking. So just a little teaser. I'm working on it, but this is going to be very, very informative, I think. But
That's interesting because I work a lot with elementals and I study elementals, and I study elementals here in America, and which come from a Celtic Druid background, and
yep,
those names and words to them. So it does make you wonder when you go to different countries, what are the elementals over there? Are they different? Are they like, do we have a reference to a gin here in America? Like,
no, I have
right? That is
never,
typically a Middle Eastern thing, right?
I have never in my life, and I've been investigating 30 plus years, felt
Mm-hmm.
that type of energy that came off that thing. There's
No.
nothing that I'm afraid of here in the US that's natural. I'm afraid of the rake because those are not natural. They were spoken into existence and they're freaking weird.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing that terrifies me here in the US like over there. That's a different kind of ancient.
Well, it's deeper ancient. It really is. And like, thinking about it, like that countries have been popularized for a lot. Well, I'm not saying a lot longer. It's not like I'm not saying like the English discovered
Well,
America. The native were here for a long time.
the first churched up version of a gin was in Arabian Nights, so that was written
Yeah.
like I don't know 1800s. So I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was earlier than 1800s. I thought maybe
Don't
like it was
know.
$1,500s.
I'm just throwing something out. Here, let me look it up while we talk.
All right. I am going to look something else up. And
Arabian
just see.
Nights, like Arabian days, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. What am I looking up?
Yeah, there's nothing that relates in Druid
Mm-mm.
folklore
Yeah,
that is like the gin.
yeah. I'm telling you, nothing. Aren't gins considered to be evil? I'm going to tell you, gin are neither evil nor good. They can go either way, and they can go
They
either way
are the
fast.
natural chaos.
They hate humans,
Mm-hmm.
but they will work with humans if you give them what they want. It's like making a deal with the devil. Maybe this is where the
Mm-hmm.
thought of the devil comes into play.
The
Because
demon,
yeah,
yes, the
because
crossroads
you can
demon.
make a deal with a gin, but in the
Yeah,
end, it's gonna cost you.
so it's kind of like the crossroads demon, like
Sort of, kind of. I mean,
similar. Yes.
very
Okay.
sure. For simplicity's
Okay.
sake, let's go with that.
We could relate the two. There's a
Yeah,
correlation.
yeah. And yes,
Uh,
they are Middle Eastern, and I guess I should say I was in Iraq when I dealt with this. So
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I personally have never dealt with a gin.
they're nasty.
Never even felt
God, they're
gin energy.
Don't.
No, I don't want to. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
what is that?
Stop it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But you can't see me.
Nope.
Ooh,
Yeah, well, it happens.
that's that gin.
It's that energy. He ain't around me no more. But I mean,
What?
once they cross through you and they drag their nails
What
through
is
every nerve of
happening
your
here?
brain. What?
What?
Well,
Like literally, like there's no reason for. I've never seen this happen to my camera. Never. I'm actually literally taking a picture of it right now because
You wonder why I don't do many
You
podcasts
can't
anymore.
see me, right?
No, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is too weird. I'm gonna try to turn my camera off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, good luck. Maybe it'll work. Nope.
Oh shit! Like, what are we gonna do here?
You try to go out and come back in.
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not my show, but I'm going to talk to you. If anybody has any ideas about what's going on, is it paranormal? Is it electrical? Nope.
Yeah.
No, your camera's done. Maybe we should call it and then reboot. Let's call this one. Just keep talking. I mean, we can. Or we can.
Paranormal.
Okay, it says we can hear you just fine. And I asked while you're gone, does people think this is paranormal or electrical or what? So we got one person that says yes, it's paranormal.
I am going to remove camera permissions, reset my permissions, and see what happens.
Okay, yeah, try that.
So you're not, when I do that, you're not going to be able to hear me for a minute. Okay.
All right. Well, here we go. So, yeah, okay, it's a demon. Great. We could put that on the title now, probably Paranormal Rockdown, and we would hit the millions of views on YouTube. But that's wild. Like I've done podcasts with Stacy several times, and this has never happened on her end. So it's always a demon. It's true. It really is. And then we got it. Now I'm creeped the fuck out. I mean, listen, y'all. If okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Nope. If this doesn't make you think, is there something to do with paranormal and energy?
Can you?
I can hear you.
Okay, when I hit start cam, it says that
there is no camera, right?
It's saying there's no camera now.
And your camera's plugged in.
It's me out.
Yeah. I think maybe we should call it for the evening.
I think so too.
Paranormal Rockdown said it was a demon.
Oh, I see that now. Okay.
Yeah. So we put that in the title, and then you know how your YouTube will blow up.
Okay. But because everything's a demon.
Well, you could put, is it a djinn? And then this could actually be a really good podcast for people to go back and then watch.
I can't unplug my camera. It's part of my computer. Let me just see something for a second. Hold please.
I'm not apologizing to the djinn because the djinn has no hold over me anymore.
No.
But it can be angry about that. It took me 20 years to get rid of the djinn. And it took me 20 years to get rid of the Budweiser too. See what I did there? Okay, what do we? Cell phone.
So, oh wait, hold on. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Now I'm double hearing my. How do I stop that?
I don't know.
Okay. Mute. Okay, can you hear me?
I got you. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing myself talk.
Well, I wonder why it's on your end and not mine. I was the dude talking about it. See, it's correct. Somebody just said it's all energy, 100%. Now,
oh, totally.
But here's the thing. Let's talk about science for a minute. So E equals MC squared, blah, blah, blah. Energy equals mass times acceleration, whatever. And then also energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So Einstein, right?
Yes.
But can it? Because I heard recently, and somebody that's a science nerd out there, please get with me. I don't know how long ago, but it was disproven that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Damn it, Lee. Let me message Lee real quick.
Okay.
Letriana Brown. Sorry, I got so many Lees. On a pod. Call in a second. Sorry, guys. We got a lot going on. Okay, what was I talking about? Energy. Okay, yeah. So if the science was it disproven by quantum physics? Because I hear that there is it's called the nothing, and they can
Mhm.
see energy jumping out of it, like mass or something, however they figure it. So it's creating energy, but I don't know. See, I get
What
on the
about
side.
the theory? You're going to hear me on there because this is weird.
I don't
I'm
hear you on
talking
there.
on the other. Do you hear me talking?
Oh yeah. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
I see.
Okay. So you're going like, what about the theory that when we look at energy and we look at something, we can change it? Like, hold on, what theory am I talking about here? Like when we can change things by viewing it. Like
So you're
the
talking
string
about
theory?
the particle split experiment, the split
Yes,
particle experiment.
yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
what happens, and I can just break that down real easy because I've studied that a lot. So they're shooting particles right into two different slits, and it's hitting the wall, and they're somehow reading the particle or whatever, and it does what it's supposed to, right, when nobody's watching. Or no, it acts erratically when nobody is watching. But
Yes.
then when you look at it, particles go in a straight line. So it's almost as if the energy is self-aware and knows when
Yeah.
it's being watched. So that would be the particle split theory or something. Can't remember the name, but yeah, I don't know. But I'm really glad we caught this and recorded it.
Yeah, it's in there now. Like what is going on with that? I'm still
I don't.
like, here we go. Like when I start my cam, it
Nothing.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't. We'll have to.
So
Okay, there's a question. Is like the butterfly effect? No. The butterfly effect, aka the Coriolis effect,
mhm,
if you want to get into weather and all that, blah blah blah.
yeah.
Oh, so basically that means let's make this fun because we it's been a weird show. So if I fart wrong
There you go.
in Timbuktu
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday at 12:12 a.m.,
Yes.
there'll be a hurricane in Guam.
Yes.
That's the butterfly effect. Like, okay,
Mhm.
you throw a pebble into a lake and it grows and grows and grows. It's sort of like the butterfly.
Mhm. Yeah, like a butterfly flapped its wings in a certain area, which again
it'll cause a tornado in
ripple
Africa.
effect.
Yeah,
that caused the tornado. Yes, and then what about the effect? Like, well, I don't know. I don't know if you call it an effect. This is more quantum physics, string theory type of thing. When you have a group of, and this is where they studied it, a group of monkeys in South America, all decided to pick up this one stick as a tool and use it as a tool. And then without any type of communication whatsoever, monkeys over in Africa or China picked up the same thing almost at the same time and
you're
decided
talking
to
about
use
the
it.
1,000 monkey theory.
Yes. It's
So
so
here in
fascinating.
South Carolina, and a lot of people don't know unless you live here, we have an island in the middle of a swamp that you're not allowed to go to, Monkey Island, and it's covered
Okay.
in monkeys.
Okay.
And
You're monkeys?
oh hell yeah, we're in South Carolina. We have everything. We got alligators, monkeys, several of the most poisonous snakes in the world. Come on down, hang out.
I do.
And if you really want fun, go out in the Appalachian woods at night with no plan.
I just don't whistle.
At night, don't know God.
No.
No, don't. Look, if y'all want to come visit me in the mountains, I'll take you out and I'll give you the rules before we go out. Always keep a campfire. And not, yeah, I'm not going to tell you why. but never let that campfire go out.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a bunch of rules out here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't whistle in your house.
No, you can't whistle at all. Don't whistle.
Not at
At
night.
night.
And
No,
then
not at
you
night.
better don't look out the window. If you live in the middle of the woods, do not look out the windows at night.
And never say the name.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
And what else is it? If you hear somebody calling your name in the woods, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Yep, that's
Nope.
another one. No, you
No,
didn't.
you didn't. If you hear whistling coming from the woods, and I actually heard this the other night because I live by the woods. Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody should know that one. That's a good one. But if you hear whistling coming from the woods or a baby crying, no, you didn't.
No, yeah, exactly. See, where I live, we're northern. We don't call it Appalachia. It's Appalachian Mountains. We're in the northern Appalachian Mountains.
Yep.
But we have the same things here. Like we don't do those things. We don't
Do
do those things.
Do you know where the Appalachian Mountains ends? On a different continent.
Which way? North or south?
Doesn't
it
east.
start in like Chile
it goes east.
and
Yep. All that
and ends in Greenland?
And
it
goes through Ireland and it goes through Scotland, which is why when they got
underwater.
Here, yep, which is when they got here, they were like, "Oh my God, this is just like the place we left," because it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Greenland. That's what I said. Greenland. I live right beside Native Lands Park. Yes. So, Christina, I know you're close to me. Where exactly are you at? Because
hey, I'm gonna go to the little shaman's room real quick.
All right, you go to the little shaman's room. I have no idea. I have heard and seen some. Yes. So Brandon's going to the little shaman's room, and I have issues with my cameras. You guys who have just tuning in, we were talking about the jinn over in the Middle East, the legend of the jinn, and my camera decided to just act like a nut, and I have no idea what happened. We have no idea why. So I am talking through my computer, but my camera is through my phone right now. I'm connected twice. Okay, you're in East Prospect. Okay, that's what I thought. It has been a very weird night, and now we're talking. I think Brandon and I are on that same energy where we like to talk about, like, yeah, we have this woo-woo stuff, but there's science to back it up. And so we've been getting on the science track.
I guess maybe I should talk about the team I'm with, Supernatural Inc., and why I'm so technological and all that. So Supernatural Inc., I'm with Supernatural Inc. I've been with them for 7+ almost 8 years. You may know my best friend, KD Stafford, from the Ghosts of series, Discovery Plus, Ghost Brothers, all that. Well, we make spirit boxes and we hand make everything. We are the unofficial box of choice of Jack Osborne. We are the ones who I don't want to say perfected yet, the ghost helmet or the God helmet, which you can see in several episodes. If you watched Jeremy Leonard in the Hulu show, not Hulu, 28 Days Haunted. I lost you. I can't hear you. Here we go again. You. Oh no.
28 days.
28 Days Haunted. So that it was the helmet that he was wearing. That's ours. That's our helmet. It's the one that gave him a heart attack on the show. He won't even tell us what he saw.
No, and I actually did a Paracon with him I think it was last year, and we talked a little bit about that, and he's just he don't want to.
Okay, here's a funny. I'm tell you a funny story about it. So when I did my Paracon, Jeremy was down here. Katie, obviously Katie and all those. So we had it set up, and I had Supernatural Inc.'s booth set up here. I had Jeremy's booth set up, so we could see each other. And I pulled out the helmet and I faced it towards him on the dummy, and I walked away.
What?
He chased me. I ain't never seen a fat Cajun run
He's
like
not
that.
in the same sense.
No. No, it messed him up bad.
It did.
But there's science behind it because
There is science.
he was able to see, and he is not.
So, okay. So on that, because the God helmet, it really kind of touches into that Christ consciousness thing.
We don't call it the God helmet, but
Yeah.
the original inventor of what is the God helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember I messaged you the other day
Mhm.
and said I spoke to Jesus. I messaged you, right? I told you
Yes,
that.
you
I
did.
spoke to
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mhm.
I did my yoga and I got into meditation, and it was the most surreal, powerful moment of my life. Because I usually connect to different spirit guides, and I grew up Catholic, and I connect to a lot of the saints and archangels, and like Jesus energy came in. And I almost didn't want to believe it, but then because I want to fight it off, because I have church trauma. So I wanted to fight it off, but I didn't. I was like, okay, we're going to go with this and see what this is. And it was, oh my God, it was the most powerful moment of my life. And
I do want to put this out because you said you had the Jesus energy and you wanted to push away because of religious trauma. You know who else had religious trauma? Jesus.
Well, that's what he told me.
I'm just saying.
That's what he told me
Jesus was persecuted by the religious too.
And that's what he told me. He's like, we got it all wrong. What we're doing, we got all wrong. And he told me some things that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to be a predictor of
and I
things,
try not to talk religion at all on podcasts, but
this isn't religion. This is energy.
Yep.
This was Christ consciousness, and the bottom line, the message is that one, he has been here numerous times, and it wasn't just this one time, like that the Christian religion has him as the thing. He's been here numerous times.
Mhm.
He is here now. He is always here.
It says it. Okay, let's take religion out of the Bible, right? Let's look at the Bible as a historical document.
Yeah.
That's it. Historical, all these places and kings that were mentioned in the Bible that were never heard of have now been discovered. Okay. So if it's a historical document, we look at it like that. Well, historically, it's saying that this really did happen. The Romans really did crucify Jesus. This is, you're reading a history book. And that's what it was.
And that's what he was talking about, like how game changers get crucified or get judged or get like the ones that have the real knowledge of this Christ consciousness and how everything is about love. Everything is about love. They get crucified in a sense. And yeah, it was very powerful. Sorry, I know we don't want to talk about religion.
No. But the only reason that I kept, because I usually shut it down, no religion talk, because I just don't. But now the God helmet, the original purpose of the God helmet was to use the electromagnetic frequencies and places to see if they could recreate a religious experience. That's exactly why it was made. Now it's been modified. Obviously, we've done a lot of work on it, but it's the same thing. Okay, we're going to open you up and let's see if this is the same thing as having a religious experience. And there's data if you want to go look at it.
Like they did fMRIs and everything on the brain.
Yeah, I mean, and you could go down that rabbit hole because that's a long damn.
It's a rabbit hole,
but it's really cool. But I mean, it's And we started, we're going to come right back to the beginning like we always do.
Very
So
good.
this whole
Yeah.
thing was supposed to be about apologies and saying, I'm sorry and apologizing. Well, what better love is there to show somebody else that you don't maybe even know, but you did wrong, than saying, hey man, I don't, or ma'am, or whatever, I don't know you. I did something wrong. I'm sorry. Now, that, the whether they take it or not, the apology is ultimately for me. That's why I'm doing it,
It is.
because I need to clean my side of the street. It really ultimately, if Paranormal Rockdown would have said F you, bye, okay, or whatever, I would have been fine, because you apologize for you first. You keep your side of the street clean. You keep your heart right. And that's really what an apology is. And that's why it's so hard, because people don't want to admit they're wrong. They want to keep what's done in the dark. But if you go ahead and beat that darkness and put the light on it yourself, you don't have to lie. You don't have to remember what lie you just told to tell another lie to cover that lie. You don't have to say nothing. I say nothing.
Nothing at all. It's just
it's the power of apologies. And now maybe I sound like a 12-stepper, because I am. I'm an A. I mean, I got sober in AA. I'm hitting 5 years of sobriety. So this
good for
year,
you.
I mean, my God, it was hard. But that's a story for another time. But that's why it's further in the steps when the making amends. Because if you did it at the beginning, ain't nobody gonna get sober, because you have to work on you, and then and it's a process. And then once you realize, if I don't let go of these little grudges and little things, why do you think Reiki people have to pick little shit off of you all the fucking time?
All the time.
It's the little that builds up. But
we actually have in my Reiki, like we actually have, like we make the symbols in our hands. We make the symbol in our hands, and then we're able to like pinpoint. But yes, they're really saying congratulations. Yes.
And it's all that built up bullshit. But once you apologize, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I mean, I didn't do it, y'all. They say that you will have a spiritual experience, and I 100% did not do this by myself. And I 100% had a spiritual experience, for whatever you want, an energetic change in my life. And it didn't start until I hit the making amends part of the 12 steps.
Yeah.
That's how powerful. Just saying, hey, I've gone back to people that I talked to, that I treated. I was a bully. Believe it or you believe this? I was a bully for a little bit.
Self-love.
100.
That's the key.
If I can't love me, I can't help you, and I can't love you.
I just recorded a TikTok video tonight. I haven't posted it yet. It's still in my drafts. It's going to be posted probably sometime tomorrow when I edit all the things and do all the things. That talks about this. It talks about the self-love.
Since we
Stacey has her work cut out for her with me.
No. Why?
No, not at all.
Because I'll tell you why. Because she's got one hell of a teacher.
I do. This is my shaman.
I'm kidding. No,
you put me through some freaking shit. Let me tell you.
What? Okay.
You put me through a year of not you.
Tell the story. No, tell it. If you go tell it right. We're sitting out in front of the house. You look at me and you say, I want to learn whatever. How we do it. When does it start? I was like, are you serious? Are you 100% serious? And you said you are. I said, it starts now.
And it starts, well, you did warn me before I said starts now. You warned me about how the things that were going to happen, and I was going to face some demons, so to speak.
Yep.
And you said, you sure you want to do it? And I'm like, absolutely. Because you showed up Teresha, I think you were there that night that he showed up. I'm pretty sure, and Jason was there as well. I showed up at the Hoover house at a Halloween party, right? Is that what it was? The Halloween? It was
No,
or
it was
Memorial Day.
was it? I don't know.
You
I
were
was
at a
there.
funeral.
I was burying a buddy, so I can't remember. I think
Yes.
it was just a random pop up.
Or
And
something.
people,
But you
no,
showed up.
it was the guy's birthday party who was so nice to invite me to come eat with everybody. They were cooking out, and it was the birthday
That was
party.
Memorial Day. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was
Yeah,
Memorial
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
So you show up out of the blue and you're like, because that was that's right, because I was doing the Reiki and the penis Reiki and all that stuff, that whole other stuff.
That's a story for another time.
And everybody thought you were penis Reiki guy, and
I'm not penis Reiki guy.
so they were all coming out to fight you. All the girls, they're like,
Yep.
we're gonna go get them. And no, but you just like you said, I don't know how I got here. I'm here.
I was
And
supposed
I
to be
really
in an
felt like-
Italian restaurant with friends and family
Yeah.
after the funeral in
Yeah.
a different state.
Yeah. And you ended up somehow you ended up at the Hoover house.
Yep, I'd
And
never been there
I felt
before in
like
my
that
life.
and that is what was like, okay, I knew Spirit was telling me that you were here to do this. And that's why I agreed. And then all hell broke loose.
Yep.
Actually, I think it was 4th of July now that I think about it. But anyway, either way, you gave me my first lessons. You gave me both of them at the same time for some reason. I don't know why.
Yep.
But it was.
They went hand in hand, and if we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. And it was loss. Why is my mind going blank on me?
Basically, it was going to be
Patience
and loss.
Yeah.
And those are patience is always my first lesson because
Mhm.
it's the hardest one for people to learn. And I point my finger back at me when I say that as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot learn patience, none of the other lessons are going to matter, really.
Yeah.
Because you have to be patient and you have to wait for answers. I mean, you gotta wait a long time. So yeah, that's why I gave you.
And it's amazing how much more patience I have now. Like I had none. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that night you also blessed my drums. You told me that although I'm not technically a shaman, I'm a shamanic practitioner. I do
Energy work.
Energy work.
Right.
And you blessed my drums for me. Well, my dog does not like my drum.
It'll
bark at it.
Does it wag its tail while it barks?
No.
Good.
Like freak out, bark, run from it when I pick it up.
You know, that's why dogs are not allowed at any holy ceremonies of Native Americans because they are nothing but 100% purity.
Okay. I've been wanting to ask you about that because it'll just sit, like I had to cover it with a blanket because I just had a session here this weekend and I have everything set up out in my living room and I had the drums on top of my Reiki table and we were out there watching the races and the dog was with us and she could not settle down because the drums were sitting on top of the table. And so I had to cover it with a blanket just so she could settle down. I should do a video. I'll just send you the video.
I'm not shocked by that. Like,
okay,
my elder that does the sweat lodges, I'm not allowed to even take my service dog up there unless I want to eat it.
Okay,
and I mean 100%. I mean, unless I want to eat the dog, I'm not taking it because there's a ceremony where you have to eat dog. I'm not going to put you through that, but my God.
I've had Chinese before.
That's a cat.
Sorry. And that's how we deflect with humor.
right? Lee, I said dogs are pure innocence.
Yeah.
Like they're just purity. So the reason why they can't come up to the sweat lodges and stuff is because all of that good energy and the good spirits we call down are going to go straight to that dog.
That makes sense.
So we kind of wanted to come through the fire where we invite them and everything and come help with the facilitation of the healing. But if the dog is there,
Yeah, that makes
So,
sense because
yeah.
they don't have the chaos that we do. You know, they don't have to balance the chaos.
there's
And-
only
and
one
that's what
thing,
it's about.
there's only two things in this world that can and will love you unconditionally. That is a dog and yourself.
And that is what I am currently working on, is loving myself, and that's what my video is about. That's going to be on TikTok sometime tomorrow. And you know, it's funny, is like when I met you, I didn't have a dog. The
Yeah.
dog has been part of my healing. It has been the biggest part of my healing. 100%.
Dogs. It's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just the thing with me.
It
Oh,
is.
dogs and bears. Did you see that pinned comment I put on my personal page of my pet bear?
Yes, with the pet bear.
I had
Aw.
told this story to so many people, and they look at me like I'm freaking lying to them. That I had a pet bear that would actually come sit beside me and bring her cubs. And I finally found the video, and I'm like, see.
Mhm. That was so cute. I love the bear. And a lot of times, like, you'll message me at like 3:00 in the morning and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm
Yeah.
sound asleep. But that's the night the bear came to my dream. So yes, and
I
I'll
have
message
to-
him like, "Did you
I
come
have
in my
to-
dream last night? I dreamed of the bear."
Yep. I have to like do something to connect the other side, and then boop, boop, boop.
Mhm.
Because we haven't
Yeah.
talked. I haven't sat down and given you.
Oh, we've talked.
Well, yeah, we have not physically talked.
Yeah.
None of her lessons have been physically taught
No.
by me.
None.
I haven't said a word, but
No. Isn't that weird?
no, that's kind of how it rolls. But
Has it
usually,
happened like that? Okay.
I've had some student. I've had one other student that's she was too far away for me to talk to every day. So I found a way.
Yeah. It is very strange. And I always know when I wake up the next morning, I'm like, okay, I there was a lesson in this tonight. So and that makes sense for me because a lot of my stuff happens during dreams and during dream work. So
Because you wouldn't listen to me if I told you this shit ahead of time.
no, that's the problem. Stubbornness. Is that going to be one of the lessons?
100%, it's coming, but you gotta be ready for that one.
Yes.
That's worse. That's worse than patience ever had time to be.
Vulnerability, right? That's going to be the lesson.
Yeah. Well, luckily that's one of the last ones. But
Yeah.
that's one. The last couple of lessons are the ones that you're never going to stop learning. So those are, and it all comes back down to patience. If you don't have patience, then this is not the path for you. This is not the path of being a healer. And I'm a Christian. I am a follower of Christ. That is what the word Christian means. A lot of people get confused with the brick building or the what is it, man-made religions. No. So,
yes.
This is what I believe. But it's still all energy that matter.
Was that my grandmother? Was that my grandmother in your ear?
I mean, it's something she was. I'm gonna tell you that later.
Okay.
I didn't because I didn't figure that you were gonna want to hear it because I'm getting whispers right here, like little butterfly kisses.
My grandmother was the Cherokee, so she is very happy.
She is bending my left ear. Yeah. But
and she's always on my left side. So
well, there you go.
Yeah.
This has been a very interesting one. Yeah.
I know, and it was meant to be. It's almost 11 though, so I do need to get off.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it too. We've got our powwow
Yeah.
coming up this weekend, and
I love powwows. Ours, we do ours in July. I can't wait. So,
and then
um,
I can announce I will be in Wisconsin for the Muncie Mohican Tribes powwow.
okay.
I'll be with Resneck. If anybody knows Bobby Resneck Culkins, I'll be up there with him.
Okay.
And we may be doing some investigating. I don't know, because his birthday's there too.
Mhm.
So that's a little hint about where it might be.
So you're also going to be at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
I will. Oh, hang on, squirrel. So we were talking about some heavy things earlier. If you are or someone you know or a loved one is just struggling, man, they're just having issues. The national suicide hotline number is 988. Now,
988.
I know a lot of people don't want to call and talk to somebody when you're having this. Well, there's no effing excuse, because you can also text 988 and have a private text message with a counselor. I also work for the National Suicide Hotline, so I can tell you how we do it. And I mean, it's a script, right? And we're going to tell you exactly the script. We can't go off of it. But I have had some chats because I've had to use it. 988. I've survived 3 suicide attempts. Oh, yep. So I'll be up there. Yeah. So I'll be up there on the 13th.
So I just need I need to interrupt real quick. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
My mother's birthday is 8/13. My daughter was born on 8/13 at night. My daughter's birth weight was 8 pounds 13 ounces.
Wow. There. Welcome.
So, sorry.
Welcome
That
to the
number
podcast.
means something to me.
Yeah, it does. But no, I mean, there's
But
no
yes,
excuse.
go ahead.
988. If you are
No.
a veteran, 988, press the option 1 to be connected to a more of a veteran specific. And that's why I was going to say, we don't like to talk to people, but there's veterans that are working in hotlines. So, you know, but there's, just talk to somebody. I just needed to get that out because I usually put that out there. Look, my mother's birthday is 8/13.
And we're both named Lee. What was your mother's name? Lee. Is your mother's name? Sorry, I'm seeing my mother's passed, but yes, I want to say like
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Gettysburg Bash. I will be at the Gettysburg Bash.
yeah.
Sorry, squirreling.
Yes.
But I will be there in more of a veteran capacity. But if you want to shoot shit about paranormal, I'm 100% down with it. I'm gonna be doing some ghost hunting, but I will be there with my nonprofit, Veteran Voice Radio. For Veteran Voice Radio is a nonprofit. We have 2 radio stations, internet radio stations. We have a country station and we have a rock station right now. We play nothing but veterans or their dependents that are unsigned by labels. We're busy over there during our youth, fighting and giving to the country. We're not out there paying our dues in the grimy clubs and getting noticed. So hopefully, this way we can help give a veteran a boost. Our very first country artist actually cut a single with Dolly Parton. It's working. It's getting there. Eventually, we'd like to branch out to having veterans on singer-songwriter retreats and stuff. We're doing our first annual. I'm packing a lot in here. Just buckle up. Play it back in slow motion later. Our very first annual Veteran Voice Music Awards will take place November, the weekend of the 15th in Soho.
Right?
Yeah, up in New York City at the Cutting Room, which is is way too fancy for this old country boy to be in. But come out and support. Tickets will be on sale. Check us out at www.veteranvoiceradio.com. It's going to be like ticketed, so it's going to be just go like a concert. We're going to try to keep it cheap as we can for New York, so people can come out. All the proceeds will go back to us. We're a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. Everything after overhead is going to come right back to us to help save lives. Music saved my life. Maybe you can help save somebody's life with a donation to Veteran Voice Radio.
Absolutely. Okay,
there's my spiel. But come see us. I'm going to talk about veteran mental health on a panel there. Pam told me.
Absolutely.
that I'm going to
And
do.
so
that.
they can find you veteranvoiceradio.com, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So
We
yes,
have
please go out and
apps you
check that
can
out.
download for our, so you can listen to our music on your phone when you travel. All the links are on our website.
Thanks, Lee, for
I got to
tuning
put this
in.
old dog to bed.
Yeah, this dog needs to go to bed too.
Mm-mm.
But yes, I appreciate you, Brandon, for coming on. I appreciate everybody that's been in the comments. It's been a good night. It's been a good chat.
Since we've had such a great night, I will tell you why my phone was blowing up.
Okay.
I may or may not be talking to a producer tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
All I can say, that's all I know. So we'll see.
Yes. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, everyone.
Fingers
Brandon's
crossed.
amazing. Yes. Please go follow him. For those of you that aren't following him, please go follow him. Definitely need.
I will give you a warning. If you follow me on my personal page, you're going to get my political views.
Yes, you will.
Personal page.
Yes.
Now, if you want to follow like Shaman Sundays, or if you are a big boy like I am, and you can disagree and still love each other, and if you make a mistake, apologize. Please follow me on my personal page. I just put stuff up there not to piss you off, but to make you look for yourself and go, see, hey, is this really happening? Let me go look for myself. And that's all I want.
And he's more than willing to have a conversation with you about things that are on there and not, bite your head off.
And if I'm wrong, then I'll find somebody to go live and I'll apologize to you. Anyway, good night, guys. This has been a really
good night, everyone. Thank you. I know, really weird. Really weird.
Right.
So, good night, everyone. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening.